What did you do last night?
You accused me of murder.
He accuses everyone of murder.
It is a problem, I admit.
Hey, everybody, we just saw Death on the Nile.
That's right, everybody. Monsieur Poirot is back on the case. Is this mystery worth solving? Stick around, because we're about to find out.
All right, Billy, Death on the Nile. Who's in this thing?
All right, man, we got Kenneth Branagh back as Monsieur Hercule Poirot. Not to be called Hercules, because he didn't like that, right?
He did an amazing job in the other movie.
Oh, dude, phenomenal actor, man. I love him. I loved him as a bad guy in Wild Wild West. You know, I thought he did a great job in that. I mean, great job with just accents. You know, I mean, he did a freaking a Texas Wild West accent in that one, and this one he does a great French accent. You know, awesome actor, man. I love that guy. And we got Gal Gadot. You know, who doesn't love Gal Gadot?
Yeah.
You know, we got some Wonder Woman. Yep. Right? We got Armie. Good Lord, I can't say the guy's name. Go ahead, say it for me, man.
I don't know what
Armie
Armie Hammer.
Armie Hammer, yes, thank you, Armie Hammer.
He's canceled though.
Yeah, he is canceled, but
I was kind of surprised to see him in this.
Yeah, well, he kind of got canceled in this too.
I guess it was after this, so
yeah, it must have been. We had
Russell Brand.
Yeah, Russell Brand. Yeah, I ain't seen that dude in a while, man.
Yeah,
and
he does like a podcast. That's the only time.
Yeah, but I ain't seen him really in any big acting roles lately, and yeah, he was kind of forgettable in this one, I guess. You know, I would say. You know,
yeah, he wasn't his normal eccentric self.
Nah. You know, who else do we have? Oh, Annette Bening.
Annette Bening,
Annette Bening in it. Yeah, so a lot of good actors in this. You know, and you know, for the most part, I thought the acting was pretty damn good.
Now, this is obviously a follow-up to Orient on the Express.
To Orient on the Express.
Orient on the Express.
To a murder on the Orient Express. This is a follow-up to an Orient on the Express. This is a follow-up to Murder on the Orient Express, which came out about 5 years ago, right? And you know, and that one had a great cast, right? And I thought, you know, like
Oriental Express.
Yeah. Orient. Yeah. No, it was Orient, man. Not Oriental Express. Orient. And that one had a great cast, you know. And I tell you what disappointed me in that one was Willem Dafoe's character, man. I mean, he's a great actor, man.
He's kind of like a Russell Brand, kind of.
Yeah. But Willem Dafoe is a much better actor than Russell Brand, and I didn't think they used him enough in that last movie, man. I was kind of disappointed about that, but yeah. Anyway, back to this movie, man. How do you think this one stacked up to that first one?
I think it's pretty similar. I actually like the train better than the boat in this one.
Did you?
Yeah, I thought the setting in the first one was better. I wasn't really feeling it too much in this, as much as I would have hoped.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I tell you what I loved about this one was just beautiful, man. It's beautiful seeing ancient Egypt like that, right? They're
the pyramids.
Oh yeah, because it was back in the 30s, you know, and yeah, it looked awesome, you know, and just you know, in the first one on the train, it was just nothing but freaking mountains and snow, right? You didn't get to see a whole lot. I mean, it looked cool for what it was, I guess, but this one much more beautiful movie than the first one was.
Well, the first one made me want to go on a train ride. I don't know if this made me really want to take a cruise or anything.
I don't know, dude. Nah, man, you look at that Nile, man, going cruising through that, man. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna give me on.
Or that'd be pretty cool to see all that.
That'd be awesome, man. But yeah, I mean. So how would you compare the acting, though, man? I mean,
I think it's on par.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I thought the acting was pretty good in both movies.
Yeah, I mean, they're using accents and stuff, and the timing is a little quick. So, like, I know I didn't catch, like, all the dialogue in this. Did you have an issue tracking the dialogue?
Yeah, well, especially with Poirot's accent, sometimes it's kind of hard to catch what he was saying. You know, and then you kind of on the back end, like how they were responding to him, it's like, okay, I get what he was asking now or what he was saying.
And he's laying down a lot of stuff in some scenes,
dude,
and you're like, I need to, like, I'm tracking it, but I would like to pick up on those words that he's saying.
No, yeah, absolutely.
And there's some comedy sprinkled in there that, like, you have to kind of process that before you pick up on it.
Right, yeah, but when you finally do process it, it is pretty dang funny.
Yeah, he says a lot of witty stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, we probably had, about 15 people in the theater with us this time.
And you know what? They were all older.
Yeah, it was old people, yeah.
There was no young people in that theater.
Man, but there were a couple of times where, like, we all laughed, right? The whole theater laughed a couple of times throughout the movie. So there was some good comedy sprinkled in there, and I think all of it was from Poirot.
He's only the greatest detective alive. Oh, he exaggerates. No, he's quite correct, actually.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, dude, phenomenal actor, man. Kenneth Branagh is awesome, dude. Love that guy,
man.
Yeah, and
he's well suited for this role.
Oh, perfect, dude. Yeah, no doubt.
Now, I will say it's not an uppity kind of movie. It's rather slow, and you have to really kind of be into the mystery, I think, to like this.
No, absolutely, man. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about that when we left. You know, the movie starts out slow. you know, it's kind of slow going through the end, and it really didn't pick up a lot till when you get closer to probably maybe the last half hour of the movie, I guess, when it really starts to pick up, and you really start digging into what's going on this cruise.
You know what I found kind of odd is in the beginning of this movie, it's like in the past, it's in black and white, and it's like World War One, but it seems all about his mustache more than anything. And I'm kind of like, that seems like odd to have this kind of rather long scene to set up
how he
the
got
mustache.
His mustache, right?
And then it comes back in the end as well, and I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
It's kind of odd that they really try to explain this quite a bit.
Yeah, well, and then what they didn't do either, I thought, you know, the purpose of his mustache is to cover up a scar, number one, and number two is kind of an homage to his captain that he couldn't save during the war, right, who had the similar mustache. But, you know, he's got a nasty scar, man. You saw how bad his face was jacked up.
But the thing is, when he's got his mustache, you should be able to see through that and see the scar, and you can't.
No,
and I'm
you
like,
can't.
I don't know about this.
Yeah, and then when at the end when it shows when he shaved the mustache, you see this freaking gnarly scar, and it's like, yeah,
it looks like the Joker or something.
Right, exactly.
Like what?
There's no way, there ain't no mustache in the world covering that scar up, you know. So
you want to know how I got these scars? Now we know.
That's right. Now we know.
But yeah, I don't know. Were you into the mystery of this movie?
Yeah, I mean, I was into the mystery. I thought they did an excellent job of covering up who the killer was, right? You know,
I was like,
I
I was like, it could be this person, could be this person. I was kind of enjoying the ride, and I thought it was kind of clever how they set it up.
Oh, yeah. Now, the way well, number one, his mind just works, I guess, better than everybody else's, period. Because, like, the way he's able to piece all his crap together and figure out exactly how it went down without enough evidence.
Feel like he's pulling a lot of crap out of his butt.
Right, because he didn't have the evidence, you know. There's barely little evidence, but he's able to pull his crap out of his butt and just piece it all together and basically just browbeat the killer in the sand. You know?
Yeah, and he acts... It's like he doesn't do any forensics or anything really, and he just has like this knowledge allegedly in the back of his head and be like, this is this because of this. I'm like, how do you really know that?
Right, exactly, yeah. But now what I will say I did like this one that I wasn't cool about the first one. The first one, everybody was the killer, right? And then everybody gets...
I didn't really care for that, but that's how it went down in the book.
No, and Poirot was all about, you know, black and white. There is no in between. But then at the end of the first one, he's like, okay, now I can see now that, you know, maybe there is some gray area. So, hey, you all just go live your happy lives, you know. And nobody goes to jail. But I like the fact this one doesn't go down that way, all right? This one, there's a lot of skin in the game that wasn't in the first one because everybody was involved. And it was like, okay, well, everybody's a killer, so nobody's a killer, right? I mean, everybody's a killer, then nobody's a killer. You know, whereas this one, there's some real stuff going on, and you get multiple murders in this one, right? So, you know, in the first one, you had the one, and the whole thing was him just trying to solve a murder. In this one, there's a lot more death in this one, a lot more people dying, and a lot more, you know, people getting worried in this one, obviously, right? Because, you know, in the first one, you only had one person dead. You know, nobody else getting killed. This one, multiple people are getting killed. So it's like, oh, man, you know, how many people are going to end up left on the end by the time this cruise is over?
Yeah, and he accuses everyone, which is kind of fun.
Right, exactly.
And I did think the mystery was clever. But again, like the pacing was kind of off for me. It went by kind of quick. Yeah, with some of that stuff, and I was just like, I really would like to see how he figures some of the stuff out, then instead of just like knowing it.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I would too. And again, I think part of the problem was, you know, like we said, like the pacing, it got too quick towards the end and not enough in the beginning, right? Like the first hour to hour and 15 minutes or so of the movie is very slow going, and then like the last half hour just all picks up and the pace picks up, and it's like, dude, why didn't y'all sprinkle some of that in earlier in the movie? You know. And
a good mystery normally leaves enough like breadcrumbs along the way where if you go back and rewatch it and you're like, oh, now I see it. I don't know if this one did that exactly. I mean, I'd be interested to kind of watch it again to kind of see, knowing what I know now, but I don't think it's a great setup for that. No. If you want like a great setup for this, not really a murder mystery movie or by any means, but like The Prestige does that really well, because once you find out the end of that movie, you can go back and there are a lot of hints that kind of point you to what really was going on.
Exactly. Yeah. No, there's no breadcrumbs in this. There's like I said, the only person that could have figured this mystery out was Poirot, right? No, there wasn't enough evidence, enough breadcrumbs anywhere for anybody watching this movie to say, yeah, it was definitely, you know, so and so.
Yeah, and that's kind of like part of my issue with it.
Right. No,
I don't think it's a super great detective movie, even though it's a decent mystery. But I just, as an audience member, I feel like they should give me more to figure it out on my own, where I don't think you can really do that in this situation.
No, yeah, exactly. You know,
because it's pretty complex, and I'm like, how would you really know those details? And he tries to explain it, but I'm like, I don't know if you would have that knowledge ahead of time, based on your the interviews you conducted.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I wasn't cool with that. I just, you in the first one was kind of that way too, right? The way he figured out some stuff in the first movie was kind of similar, and I was like, how the hell did he even piece that together, So, I mean, I guess, again, it's just, I guess the way they did it, maybe it's the way Agatha Christie wrote it. I never really read the books, but maybe he's just that
It's
smart.
almost like Sherlock Holmes-ish.
Yeah.
But I don't think is quite as good.
No, not as good as Sherlock Holmes.
Because he's like, I smell this, and then they bring that back around. He just kind of knows this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And then, and then of course he's very narcissistic. Like, oh, you people call me the greatest detective. Yeah, I am.
He has some quirks to himself too, because everything's got to be in a certain order, or he gets kind of bent out of shape about it.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
So,
no 6. I need 6, not 7. 7, no.
Yeah. There's a scene where someone's foot's turned. That's a body, and he has to straighten it up. So.
And he's got his thing with his poached eggs, right? His poached eggs had to be perfect, or else they're not taking away.
They didn't go too much into this, but obviously, if you've seen the last one, they show up here, and they got to be the same height and stuff.
Right?
So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, his quirks are great. I mean, again, the dude does an amazing job playing this character, right? And for I guess for the writing for the show and the way they did for him, even though he's able to figure all this crap out like no other human being ever could. He did an amazing job doing it, right? And I just wish they would have given us more breadcrumbs, a little more of an explanation of how he comes up with his answers. But hey, maybe that ain't how Agatha Christie wrote it. I don't know.
I wish they would have sped through the setup more and slowed it down when the actual mystery phase was going on.
Yeah, exactly. But aside from that, it was still a decent movie. I thought. I thought it was still decent.
What do you
was
think?
Interesting.
Compare this one to the other one. Which one you like more?
I like the tempo of the other one better. I like the other one had a little more. There was no slow, just stalling too much in the other one, right? He was constantly
I think the
going from person
pacing
to
was a
person.
lot better on the other one.
Whereas this one, there's a lot of just kind of dead space. I felt, like a lot, it just drags out too long. But overall, I like the scenery in this one much better. Much better scenery, beautiful. Just looking at ancient Egypt, and I thought the way it went down, I thought the ending was much better in this one than the first one, right? I didn't like the fact that everybody was the killer,
I'll agree with that.
So I would say I like this one better, man. I like this one better.
Yeah, you bring up some good points, but I still like the first one better. I mean, I haven't really seen anything like that before. I do agree that the ending is better in this compared to that, but all of the facets, I think I like the first one better.
Yeah, no, man, I can disagree with that. I mean,
but I think they're
still
on par with each other.
Right, yeah, they're definitely on par with each other, but I think I like this one a little more. I think had they spun up to the beginning more in this, I'd like this one a lot better than the first one. I think it'd been a lot better than the first one, but they didn't, and that's kind of what just, you just get a little bored in the beginning, I think, in this movie.
So what do you rate this thing?
I'm gonna give it a 7, man, because it was entertaining. It wasn't a great movie, but it was good. I enjoyed it, and the acting, definitely, especially Poirot. That dude. I mean, his acting was phenomenal.
I mean, he carries the movies.
Oh, dude, totally carries these movies.
But I did like the two female characters in this, and obviously Gal Gadot, and I don't know who played the other one, but she did a good job as well.
Yeah, no, she did. Yeah, no, but I mean, it's a good solid 7, I think, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6. Because I think the other one is a 7, and that one would have probably been 8 if the ending was better. And I think this one is slightly beneath that one, so I'm going with the 6 here.
All right.
But I still enjoyed it, though.
Yeah.
Normally, 6s are in that territory where I don't enjoy it. I still enjoyed this one, though.
Yeah, no, it was a good movie. Like I said, I think the biggest problem was it was just too slow in the beginning. Had they had they spread out some of the stuff towards the end, sprinkled a little bit of that in the beginning, a little more magic there, it'd have been much better. But
yeah, too slow. I need more breadcrumbs. The mystery needs to be more presentable to me than what it was.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because like you said, you can watch this movie a million times and you're never gonna be able to piece together stuff the way Poirot does.
Yeah,
they're just not there. It's just not in the movie. So, but hey. Hope you guys enjoyed our review here, because we definitely enjoyed watching the movie, enjoyed reviewing it for you guys. And please, if you check this movie out, let us know what you thought about it. Let us know how you thought about it compared to the first one. And again, if you like our channel, hit like and subscribe. We will check you guys in our next review.
See you guys.
Oh, Monsieur Poirot.
Messed up the title of the movie, huh?
Yeah, man. The Orient. What was it?
I was all messed up. I don't know what I was doing.
You're like the Orient Express.
I was like, oh, yeah. Barnum and Bailey's, I don't know.
Barnum and Bailey, Death on the Barnum and Bailey Express.
That's the next one.
Dumbo. Yeah, but again, how the hell did Poirot figure that out?
Yeah, he's like, I know what you did. Do not lie to me. And I'm like,
when he's talking to Book, he's like, you lied to my face.
You lied to my face. Well, my bad. I meant to do that behind your back, but enjoying the pyramids, he just throws that crap to the side when he sees that kite.
Yeah,
What the hell is going on? Now, here's the other big question, though, that kind of breaks this a little bit. Why does the killer ever try and kill him? To end
I
it?
was thinking the same thing, right?
That would
Kill the
solve
guy
a lot of
who's
things.
investigating you. Yeah, exactly.
My man likes some desserts. I know that much.
Oh yeah, he does. What's the dessert?
Hercule Poirot.
Hercule Poirot. Not to be confused with Hercules. Oh.